Hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Abstracted, the podcast that explores all things abstract landscape. I'm your host Michelle, and today we're exploring something that can feel elusive but is absolutely key to standing out in the art world, finding your artistic voice. Whether you're a seasoned artist or just starting out, honing in on your unique way of expressing yourself is what makes your art recognisable, meaningful and deeply yours. But how do you uncover it? That's what we'll explore today. So what is an artistic voice? Before we jump into things, I think it's important to understand what we mean when we say artistic voice. Your artistic voice is the tool you use to communicate. Just like your speaking voice, it's shaped by your experiences, your influences, and the way you naturally express yourself. It's what sets your work apart and makes it undeniably yours. There are a few aspects to this. First, there's uniqueness. Your artistic voice is a mix of your individuality, your life experiences, and your creative perspective. Embracing what makes you different allows your art to feel authentic. And your artistic voice isn't just about style, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. It's more about what you want to say. It's a way to convey your emotions, your worldview, and your personal narratives. Developing your artistic voice also helps carve out a distinct identity in the art world, making your work recognisable and compelling. It's your creative fingerprint. Just as a fingerprint is unique to an individual, your artistic voice is unique to you and leaves an indelible mark on everything you create. Understanding this helps you move beyond just technique. It's about making art that truly feels like you. So voice versus style, what's the difference? Your artistic voice is not the same as your style. A lot of artists get stuck thinking, I need to find my style. But style is just one part of your voice. Your style is more about the visual choices you make, things like the colour palettes you use, the way you apply paint, your mark-making techniques. And while your style might evolve over time, your voice goes much deeper. It's about why you make the choices you do. For example, I often work wet on wet, scraping back with a catalyst wedge and palette knife. That's a style choice. But why I do it? Because I'm fascinated by the way landscapes erode, shift and reveal their history over time. And because I see that as a metaphor for the way we as individuals are shaped by our lives, our experience, and time itself. That's my voice. Another artist might use the same tools, but their motivation and emotional connection to their work would be completely different. That's why voice is more than just how a painting looks. It's about the energy and meaning behind it. Your artistic voice is what makes your work authentic to you. And once you connect with that, your style will naturally follow. So let's talk about some practical ways to uncover and refine your artistic voice. Number 1, explore different mediums. One of the best ways to find your artistic voice is by experimenting. Try painting, printmaking, sculpting, digital art, anything that intrigues you. Different mediums offer different ways to express yourself, and you might find the one naturally resonates with the way you see the world. Number 2, study other artists. Looking at the work of artists you admire can help you pinpoint what resonates with you. I'm very drawn to Turner's use of light, Gareth Edwards' abstract landscapes, and more recently the work of Zhao Wuqi. The key is to study why certain artists and choices appeal to you, not to copy, but to absorb elements that align with your own creative instincts. Over time, these influences mix with your own approach, forming something uniquely yours. Number 3, reflect on your emotions. Abstract landscape art is deeply tied to emotion. Ask yourself, what feelings do I want to evoke in my work? What themes keep appearing in my paintings? What colours, textures or marks feel the most me? Your emotions shape the way you move paint, choose compositions and express atmosphere, so lean into that. Number 4, experiment with style. If you're feeling stuck, shake things up. Try working in a different size, using unfamiliar tools, or limiting your palette. Experimentation helps you break free from creative ruts and pushes you towards a style that feels right, and from there your voice. It's okay to explore multiple approaches before something clicks. In fact, that's part of the process. Number 5, seek feedback, but stay true to yourself. Getting feedback can help refine your artistic voice, but ultimately you decide what resonates. Not every critique will align with your vision, and that's okay. Learning to trust your instincts is a big part of the journey. And this is where community comes in. One of the best ways to refine your voice is by engaging with a community of artists who are exploring the same journey. This is exactly why I created Abstract Horizons, my new Skool community designed for artists who want to develop their artistic voice in abstract landscapes. Inside the community, you can get feedback on your work, join discussions and challenges, and access content that will help you deepen your practice. The doors are open now, so if you're looking for a place to grow, be inspired and develop your voice with like-minded abstract landscape artists, I'd love for you to join us. You'll find all the details in the show notes. For this week's creative challenge, I invite you to step back and look at your own work. What choices do you keep making? Colours, marks, textures? What emotions run through your paintings? If you had to describe your art in 3 words, what would they be? Take a moment to reflect on what's already there, because your artistic voice isn't something you have to force, it's something you reveal. And if you'd like to share your thoughts or a piece of work, come post inside Abstract Horizons. I'd love to see how your voice is emerging. Finding your artistic voice is a journey, not a destination. It unfolds through time, practice, and trust in yourself. The more you create, the clearer it becomes. So keep painting, keep experimenting, and remember, your voice is yours. It's worth sharing with the world. Thank you for joining me today on Totally Abstracted. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to share it with a fellow artist. And if you're ready to explore your artistic voice in a deeper way, come join me inside Abstract Horizons. Until next time, stay inspired, embrace the process, and above all, keep things totally abstracted.